Let me ask you something that might sound a bit strange at first. Have you ever felt like your body just isn't cooperating with you anymore, even though you're eating all the right foods? You know what I mean, right? You're eating your vegetables, having your protein, drinking your water, but somehow you still feel that nagging weakness in your muscles, that tiredness that just won't go away no matter what you try. I'll never forget the day Mrs. Henderson walked into my office looking absolutely frustrated. She had her food journal in hand, and I could see she'd been tracking everything perfectly. Eggs for breakfast, plenty of greens, whole grains, the works. She looked at me with tired eyes and said something I've heard hundreds of times since then. I'm doing everything right. So why do I feel like I'm getting weaker instead of stronger? That question became a turning point for me. It sent me down a path of discovery that I wish I'd started years earlier. Because what I found wasn't just surprising, it was something that could help millions of people just like you who are struggling with the same problem. And here's the thing that really got me, the answer wasn't about eating less or eating more. It was about understanding something far more important. Some of the healthiest vegetables we've been told to eat, when combined with eggs in the wrong way, can actually prevent your body from absorbing up to 87% of the muscle-building nutrients you desperately need. Now, before you think I've lost my mind, let me explain. I've spent over 3 decades working with people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, helping them stay strong and independent. And what I've learned is that after 60, your body plays by different rules. The same meals that worked beautifully when you were 40 can actually work against you now if you don't know how to prepare them properly. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you exactly which vegetables are causing this problem, why it happens, and most importantly, what you can do about it starting today. Because you deserve to feel strong, energized, and capable, no matter what your age says on paper. The truth is, your digestive system has been working hard for you all these years. Think about it like a trusted car that's taken you everywhere you needed to go. After decades of loyal service, it still runs, but it needs a little more care and attention to keep performing at its best. That's exactly what's happening inside your body right now. Around the age of 60, something subtle but significant begins to change. Your stomach starts producing less of an enzyme called pepsin, the very thing responsible for breaking down all that protein you're eating. We're talking about a drop of around 40% compared to when you were younger. Imagine trying to cut through a thick steak with a butter knife instead of a sharp blade. That's what your stomach is dealing with every single day, and it doesn't stop there. Your pancreas, which releases digestive enzymes into your intestines to finish the job, also slows down by about 40 to 45%. These enzymes are like the finishing crew on a construction site. Without enough of them, the work just doesn't get completed properly. So even when you sit down to a meal packed with protein, your body can only extract and use about 45% of it. The rest? It simply passes through without ever being put to use. It's like paying full price for something but only getting half of what you ordered. Here's something else that surprised me when I first learned about it. Your muscles themselves become more particular about what they accept. When you were 30 years old, your muscles only needed about 20 grams of protein in a single meal to trigger repair and growth. But after 60, those same muscles need at least 25 to 30 grams at each meal to get the same result. It's as if your muscles have become a bit stubborn, a bit pickier about what they accept and how they use it. This explains why so many older adults lose muscle mass even though they think they're eating enough protein. The problem isn't the food itself, it's how the body processes it and uses it. You might think, well, I'll just eat more protein then. And that's actually a good instinct, but here's where it becomes more complicated. It's not just how much protein you eat that matters. It's also how you combine your foods and how well your body can access those nutrients when they arrive. Because when digestion slows down, even small mistakes like pairing the wrong vegetables with eggs can make it even harder for your body to absorb what it truly needs. Now, let me tell you about the 3 vegetables that are most likely causing this problem in your kitchen right now. The first one is probably sitting in your refrigerator as we speak. Spinach. I know. You've been told your whole life that spinach is one of the healthiest things you can eat. And in many ways, that's absolutely true. It's loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that your body needs. But spinach also contains something called oxalates, and this is where things get complicated. These oxalates are natural compounds that act almost like tiny magnets inside your digestive system. When you eat just half a cup of cooked spinach, you're getting more than 750 milligrams of these oxalates, and when those oxalates meet the minerals in your eggs, things like calcium, iron, and zinc, they grab onto them so tightly that your body can't separate them anymore. Picture it this way. You make yourself a beautiful spinach omelette for breakfast, thinking you're doing your muscles a favor. But inside your digestive system, those oxalates are binding to up to 87% of the very nutrients that your muscles desperately need. Scientists call these insoluble complexes. Think of it like cement hardening. Once those minerals get trapped, they can't be absorbed. They simply pass right through your body without ever doing you any good. So even though you're eating protein-rich eggs, your body isn't getting the full benefit. Now, spinach isn't the only one. The second vegetable I need to warn you about is Swiss chard. Many people see it as a gentler, more colorful version of spinach. It looks beautiful on the plate with those bright stems and deep green leaves, and it's full of vitamins A and K. But here's the catch. Swiss chard is also loaded with oxalates, nearly as much as spinach itself. And because people tend to eat larger portions of it, thinking it's lighter or less bitter, they often end up consuming even more oxalates without realizing it. Just like spinach, the oxalates in Swiss chard bind to the minerals in your eggs and make them unavailable to your muscles. So that gorgeous Swiss chard and egg scramble might look like the perfect healthy meal, but inside your body it's creating a chemical reaction that cancels out a big part of the nutrition you thought you were getting. The third vegetable is one that catches most people by surprise: beet greens. These are the leafy tops of beets that many health-conscious people have started eating recently. They're often praised for their vitamin A and magnesium content, and they're easy to toss into salads or smoothies. But beet greens contain about 150 milligrams of oxalates per cup. That's not as much as spinach or Swiss chard, but it's still enough to cause trouble when combined with eggs. Here's what happens. The oxalates in beet greens bind to the minerals in your eggs in the same way, forming those insoluble compounds that your body can't absorb. The result is the same. The calcium, iron, and zinc that should be going to your muscles simply pass through unused. Have you ever noticed feeling more tired than usual even after eating what seemed like a healthy breakfast? If so, type yes in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your experience. Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying you should never eat these vegetables again. That would be ridiculous. Spinach, Swiss chard, and beet greens are all incredibly nutritious foods. They support your heart, your blood pressure, your brain, and even your eyes. The problem isn't the vegetables themselves, it's the timing and the way they're prepared. When eaten raw or lightly cooked with eggs, those oxalates are still intact, and they do exactly what they're designed to do in nature: hold on to minerals. Think of it this way: you can have the healthiest ingredients in the world, but if your body can't absorb them, they're not doing you much good. And for people over 60, this can be especially harmful. Remember, your body is already working harder to digest protein and extract minerals. Every gram counts. So if your breakfast is making it even harder to absorb those nutrients, you're unknowingly setting yourself up for muscle weakness, fatigue, and slower recovery. But the good news is this problem has a simple fix. You don't have to give up your favorite vegetables. You just need to know how to prepare them properly. Before I show you exactly how to do that, if you're finding this information helpful and you don't want to miss out on more practical health tips like these, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. Click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another video that could make a real difference in how you feel every single day. Now let's talk about the vegetables that actually work beautifully with eggs. These are the ones I recommend most often to my patients over 60 because they're easy to find, gentle on digestion, and powerful in how they work with your body. One of my absolute favorites is bell peppers. They're colorful, crisp, and loaded with vitamin C. What many people don't realize is that vitamin C helps your body absorb iron much more efficiently, especially the iron found in eggs. In fact, studies show that eating bell peppers with eggs can boost your iron absorption by 2 to 4 times. That's a huge difference, particularly for older adults who often struggle with low energy or mild anemia. Even better, bell peppers are almost completely free of oxalates, just about 2 milligrams per cup compared to more than 700 in spinach. That means they don't interfere with the minerals in your food. So the next time you make an omelet, think about adding some red, yellow, or green bell peppers. They don't just make your meal look beautiful, they make it work harder for your health. Another excellent vegetable to pair with eggs is broccoli. Broccoli has always been known as a nutritional powerhouse, but for people over 60, it offers even more. It's rich in folate and vitamin K, two nutrients that work hand in hand with the B vitamins in eggs to support energy, metabolism, and muscle repair. Folate helps your cells use protein efficiently, while vitamin K supports bone and joint health, which are both crucial as we age. Broccoli is also very low in oxalates, only about 2 milligrams per cup, so it won't interfere with nutrient absorption. When you add lightly steamed or sautéed broccoli to your eggs, you're creating a meal that truly supports muscle strength, balance, and stamina. Then there are cauliflower, zucchini, and mushrooms. I like to call these the perfect companions for eggs. They're all mild in flavor, easy to digest, and naturally low in oxalates. Cauliflower provides fiber that helps keep your digestion smooth. Zucchini adds hydration and gentle antioxidants, and mushrooms are one of nature's best-kept secrets for muscle health. Mushrooms actually contain special compounds that can help your body use protein more effectively. They work almost like little assistants, helping your body unlock and utilize the amino acids from your eggs. A simple scramble with eggs, mushrooms, and a touch of garlic not only tastes delicious, but also gives your muscles the tools they need to stay strong. And then there's the humble tomato. Tomatoes deserve a special mention because they bring something unique to the table. Lycopene. Lycopene is a powerful antioxidant that protects your cells from damage and supports heart and prostate health. But here's the fascinating part. Lycopene becomes more absorbable when it's combined with the healthy fats found in egg yolks. So when you cook tomatoes with your eggs, the fat in the yolk helps your body unlock and absorb the lycopene more efficiently. It's a beautiful example of how the right food combinations create nutritional synergy, where one food helps another work even better. Which of these vegetable and egg combinations sounds most appealing to you? Drop a comment and let me know. I genuinely love hearing what works for you in your own kitchen. Now that you know which vegetables to avoid with eggs and which ones actually help your body absorb nutrients better, let's talk about something just as important: how you prepare them. Because even the healthiest foods can lose their benefits if they're cooked the wrong way. Let's start with the vegetables. Remember those high oxalate ones like spinach, Swiss chard, and beet greens? The problem isn't that they're unhealthy. It's that when they're raw or barely cooked, the oxalates inside them stay intact. But with the right preparation, you can drastically reduce those compounds and still enjoy their flavor and nutrition. Boiling them is the simplest and most effective way. Just 3 minutes in boiling water can cut the oxalate content by as much as 87%. The oxalates literally leach out into the cooking water, which you then pour away. It's like removing the troublemaker from the kitchen before the rest of the meal even starts. If you prefer to keep more of the vitamins and color, steaming works beautifully too. Steaming can reduce oxalates by 30 to 60% while preserving most of the good nutrients like vitamins A, C, and K. It's a gentler method that works especially well for people who like their vegetables slightly firm instead of soft. Even a quick sauté for 2 to 3 minutes can cut oxalates by half. The key is heat. Heat breaks down those natural compounds that interfere with nutrient absorption, leaving behind the good stuff your body can use. Once your vegetables are cooked, the next question becomes: how should you prepare your eggs? Believe it or not, the way you cook your eggs can make a big difference in how well your body digests and uses the protein. Hard-boiled eggs top the list for the highest protein digestibility, about 91%. When eggs are cooked in their shell, the protein structure becomes firm but remains easy to break down, making it ideal for older adults whose digestive systems may not be as efficient as they used to be. Poached eggs are another excellent choice. They're soft, easy to chew, and gentle on the stomach, offering nearly the same protein absorption as hard-boiled eggs. Plus, they don't require added oil or butter, which makes them a heart-healthy option too. Scrambled eggs, on the other hand, while still nutritious, tend to lose some of that digestibility, about 37% less compared to boiled eggs. This happens because high heat can cause the proteins to bind too tightly, making them a bit harder for the body to break down. There's one cooking strategy I teach all my patients that works wonders. I call it staged cooking. It's simple but incredibly effective. First, you lightly steam or sauté any high oxalate vegetables you plan to use. That step reduces the compounds that block nutrient absorption. Then, once the vegetables are softened and safer to eat, you add your eggs, either boiled, poached, or scrambled gently on low heat. By separating the steps, you ensure that the oxalates are mostly removed before the eggs ever come into contact with them. This way, the two foods can complement each other instead of competing. For example, if you love spinach in your breakfast, here's what to do. Steam a cup of spinach for 3 minutes, then drain it completely. Once it's prepared, mix it into your eggs or serve it as a side dish. You'll still get the vitamins and fiber from the spinach, but without losing the minerals and protein from the eggs. That's how you turn a risky combination into a balanced, muscle-friendly meal. Before I continue, I need to say something really important. Please remember that I'm sharing general nutritional guidance based on my experience and current research. But your body is unique, and your health situation is your own. Before you make any significant changes to your diet or start any new eating pattern, always consult with your own trusted doctor or healthcare provider. They know your medical history, your medications, and your specific needs better than anyone else. What I'm offering here is education and information, not a replacement for personalized medical advice. Now let's put all of this knowledge into action with real, practical meals you can start making tomorrow morning. Because eating for muscle health after 60 isn't about counting calories or following a complicated diet plan. It's about making small, intentional choices that support your body's natural strength. Let's start with breakfast because that's where most people unintentionally fall short. After 60, your body needs about 25 to 30 grams of protein in each meal to keep your muscles strong. But the average American breakfast barely provides half of that. A great way to start your day is with 3 whole eggs, which give you about 18 grams of high-quality protein. Add in a handful of chopped bell peppers and mushrooms for extra nutrients. And if you like, a little shredded cheese for both flavor and an extra protein boost. If you're someone who enjoys spinach, you don't have to give it up. Just steam it first for about 3 minutes, then add it on the side or fold it into your eggs after it's been drained. That way, you still get all the benefits of spinach without the oxalates getting in the way. What you've just created is not only a colorful, delicious breakfast, but also a perfectly balanced one. A combination that supports your muscles, energy, and metabolism all at once. For lunch, think of a large, satisfying salad as your foundation. Start with a bed of low oxalate greens like lettuce or romaine. Add 2 hard-boiled eggs for easily digestible protein. Then include a serving of grilled chicken or salmon. Top it with cucumbers, tomatoes, and bell peppers, all vegetables that are low in oxalates and rich in antioxidants. If you like a little crunch, add a sprinkle of nuts or seeds, which also contain healthy fats that help you absorb vitamins from the vegetables. That combination not only gets you to your 25 to 30 gram protein target, it also gives your body fiber, hydration, and a range of vitamins and minerals that work together to keep your energy steady throughout the afternoon. Dinner is when you want to think about balance and recovery. After a long day, your muscles are ready to rebuild, and that's exactly what a good dinner should support. A simple piece of fish, chicken, or lean meat works beautifully. Pair it with steamed broccoli and cauliflower, both of which are low in oxalates and high in vitamins that promote recovery. If you want something a little heartier, add a small serving of brown rice or quinoa for steady energy through the evening. The beauty of these meals is that they're not fancy or expensive. They're built around simple foods that are easy to find, easy to prepare, and work naturally with your body. What matters most is consistency. Getting 25 to 30 grams of protein at each meal ensures that your muscles have a steady supply of amino acids throughout the day. Hydration is another key piece that's often overlooked. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes less accurate, which means many people walk around mildly dehydrated without realizing it. Water is essential for protein synthesis and for transporting nutrients into your cells. Aim for about 8 glasses a day. But remember that foods like cucumbers, zucchini, and soups count toward that total too. Alongside proper eating and hydration, movement plays an equally important role. You don't need to lift heavy weights or spend hours at the gym. Simple resistance exercises like light dumbbell curls, leg lifts, or using resistance bands can be incredibly effective. These activities tell your body, I still need these muscles, which encourages your body to keep building and maintaining them. The key is consistency. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a big difference over time. And then there's sleep. During deep sleep, your body repairs and rebuilds muscle tissue, restores hormone balance, and resets your energy systems. Without enough quality sleep, your body can't fully recover even if you're eating perfectly. Try to keep a regular sleep schedule and create a quiet, dark environment that helps your body relax. So when you look at the big picture, living stronger after 60 isn't about doing anything extreme. It's about creating a rhythm. Eat the right balance of protein and vegetables, drink enough water, move a little every day, and give your body time to rest and repair. Each of these small habits reinforces the others. When my patients start following this approach, they often notice changes within just a few weeks. They tell me their energy feels steadier throughout the day. Climbing stairs feels easier. Their balance improves. Even their sleep feels deeper. Those are all signs that your muscles are responding, that your body is finally getting the nourishment and care it's been waiting for. So as we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. The 3 vegetables we talked about today, spinach, Swiss chard, and beet greens, are not your enemies. They're incredibly nutritious and offer tremendous benefits when handled the right way. The key is all in the preparation. Remember these simple principles. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal. Combine your foods wisely so that they enhance each other instead of working against one another. And when it comes to vegetables high in oxalates, treat them with a little extra care. Boil or steam them before mixing them with eggs. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Even small improvements like choosing the right vegetables or changing how you cook your eggs can make a real difference in how you feel. Every properly combined meal is an investment in your future self. The meals you make today build the strength, energy, and independence you'll enjoy tomorrow. If you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more science-based health insights. Click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and share this video with your friends. Give it a thumbs up to help more people discover this content. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.